I greet you wherever you're hearing the sound of my voice from, okay? And it's still on the Ooni Of Ife stories, especially the fallout coming out of the Ibadan Stampede, okay? So what is coming out at this time is a story regarding one of the pied children, okay? And the story goes this way, okay? Do not join others in hurting Queen Naomi as she's innocent. The ghost of an 8-year-old girl among the KPÁI 35 children appears to her parents, warning them never to join in the crusade to hurt Queen Naomi further. I'm sure you guys heard me well. Okay, so according to this news making the rounds in the social media, you know, the ghost of an 8-year-old was said to have, seriously warned her parents, to discontinue their pressure. You all recall that since that stampede, a lot of parents have been, I won't call it gang up, but have been seriously agitated to the point that they are threatening to take all the legal action and whatever to ensure that Queen Naomi is brought to book, and stuff like that. Okay, so according to the report, her father is one of those parents, swearing with his life, to bring Queen Naomi, to justice by all means, like I said. Okay. So the girl was purported to make this strong warning, because she was one of those who their parents, forcefully brought into the school after the gate was closed. You recall that that gate was closed, as early as that, I think after 5 to 6 or thereabout, just before the stampede started. And I'm sure you guys remember we reported that at the time the gate was closed and every other person was advised to go home, a lot of parents started throwing in, their kids across the fences. So from what we are gathering, or what we have gathered rather, this Pied daughter was one of those people that was forcefully, who was scaled through the fence, by her mother. Okay. So that is why they said, she has appeared to them, to both parents, the father and mother, telling them that, look, Queen Naomi is innocent. Okay. Completely innocent. Please do not join others in maligning this woman because she has done nothing wrong. That is what it was said. She allegedly, told the parents. It was actually a warning according to the story. Okay. So it's not very clear if their participation, the mother of that girl and the girl, because from the story, both of them were the one that went for this children fund fair because their dad didn't go with them. Okay. So it is not exactly clear if the mom sought the permission of the dad before that happened. At the time I'm making this story, I couldn't independently verify that aspect. But the thing is, she went there with the mom, and the mom was one of those women who has been reported to have flung their kids, across fences. Okay, so and I think that is why the ghost of this lady, of this young girl, may her soul rest in peace. That is why they said her ghost, has appeared before the mom and the dad, specifically warning them that, look, you cannot join others in maligning this woman, in putting, trying to just, cause trouble or just hurt Queen Naomi unnecessarily. It was said that she gave this warning in very clear terms that, look, do not join others in hurting this woman. Okay, so according to the story, it is either the man who is an Okada rider, as we gathered, did not approve of their participation, or he's just doing, maybe playing the blame game, to just see what will happen. Okay, so but it's possible that the dad had they had their dad's consent before they went to participate in that student fun fair, or maybe, who knows? Maybe the man, the dad is just was just trying to cash in on the lacunas, that are available in this whole tragedy, and to put the blame, of the pile daughter on Queen Naomi. We really cannot say what the true position is, but according to the story, so he had. The dad had opted to team up with other aggrieved parents, to register his name and made contribution towards, dragging and demanding justice from Queen Naomi and Mr. Hamzat. Okay, so that is how it has been until their daughter appeared forcefully and warning them to stay clear. Okay, so according to this story, this man and his wife, having had that encounter with the ghost of their daughter, decided to go back to the police station, to withdraw their statements hitherto made, which got, which they made earlier on. Okay, so you recall that a lot of some of the parents, had threatened, that they want to see justice for their kids, So this parent obviously has, teamed up with these other parents, and the dad is said to have been at the forefront, of pursuing justice, and saying that justice is actually, So he was one of those who went to the station, apparently made his statements, and stuff like that. Okay, so and the thing just went on like that. So they were said to have made this accusation, you know s- against Queen Naomi, that she pied their children, not considering all other factors that, the whole world now knows. All he has always, complained about was that if not for Queen Naomi, his daughter will not buy and stuff like that. The story further went on that the man is an Okada rider. The girl's mom is, I think, a petty trader, and I think they just have two kids, this 8-year old and one other one that she's still carrying. Okay, so apparently, since they have this one, they've struggled to have other kids. Maybe that is where the anger is coming from. Okay, but again, while commiserating with the parents who have lost kids, it's also surprising that people have suddenly just forgotten that, look, Queen Naomi actually wanted to, put smiles in the faces of these young kids, and something went wrong. Okay, so now everyone is busy, accusing Queen Naomi here and there, dragging her, and just stuff like that. So they were said to have made this accusation, knowing how vociferous this particular man had been. What is the accusation now? We heard also that while this man went back to the station with the wife to apparently haven't had this encounter with the daughter, they went back to the station to apparently withdraw their earlier statements. Okay, so while they were doing that, and after doing that, other parents who saw what happened, started blaming them and started saying that maybe they are selling out, that they've sold out, possibly maybe because they've collected money, excuse me, from pro Naomi supporters. Don't forget that Captain Peju was in Ibadan not too long ago, so people started accusing that maybe they got some money from him and stuff like that. It was at this point that the father and mother, had to now narrate their ordeal to the other parents, telling them that they had an encounter with their daughter, the ghost of their daughter, and this is what she said, warning them not to, align with forces that want to hurt Queen Naomi further. Okay, and like I said, they made this accusation to this parent because the man was one of those who was very, vociferous with his voice. He was one of those who insisted that, come what may, they will see to the end of this matter. For him to just come from nowhere to withdraw his statement, was sort of unbelievable to the others. But then they had to do what they needed to do. So it was alleged that it was the one that has been at the forefront, like I said before, and stuff like that. So Queen Naomi, I mean, it has been under severe pressure from parents like this, and it's just what it is. Okay. So, but the thing is, I want to believe that God has a reason, why this whole thing is going on. Because as I speak to you now, while no one is, looking at the fact that possibly some hoodlums, had must have hijacked this whole thing. Okay, to the extent that people are now ready to go and just, lambast Mr. Hamzat and Queen Naomi and stuff like that. So the thing is, it's funny how this life, because sometimes you wonder why life is so difficult to understand at times. Very, very difficult. You really wonder how Queen Naomi suddenly became from a hero to a villain just within a split second. Also looking at the fact that this thing happened, the program was scheduled to take place by 10. Before you know what was happening, before 6 a.m., the mayhem had already been unleashed. Okay, so it is so unfortunate that we got ourselves to that point. But to say that, even the parents who committed all manners of atrocities by flinging and throwing their kids across fences, to just know that some of them are now at the forefront of trying to now label Queen Naomi as someone who directly pied their children is really very unfortunate, because not too long ago, this same Queen Naomi, just prior to the takeoff of that event, when she was going around Agidigbo radio station and just, canvassing for the whole show, people were praising her, praying for her, thanking her for bringing this project to Ibadan. But I'm surprised that so soon, just because the devil struck, now Queen Naomi has now suddenly become an enemy. It's so sad, really, very sad. Okay, but like I keep saying, this is not to undermine the grief that parents are going through. I am the first to say we sympathize with these families seriously, and really want to demand for justice for them, assuming the whole thing was hijacked by hoodlums. Those hoodlums and even parents who willingly flung their kids across the fence, they must be held to account. They must, they must be held accountable, for their actions. Okay, because it is the direct impact of their actions and inactions that brought us to that stampede that has led to the cry of these children. Okay, so I'm happy that somehow Queen Naomi may be in custody, but look at the ghost of one of these five children already talking to the parents. Who knows? Maybe it's God that is at work. Okay, so Queen Naomi, because of the grace she carries, and because of the fact that she was doing something out of her good mind, she really wanted to help. Who knows? Maybe that is why the spirit of this spy daughter had to appear to these parents, telling them, please do not participate in this. Okay, my blood is not on Queen Naomi, my blood is on your head, specifically referring to the mom who forced her into that stampede. Okay, so this is the story that came out at this time, and we said, okay, we have to bring it here. So, what do you think about this story? Please feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. I'm going to be back soon. God bless you. Bye bye.